Hello learners, I am Parikshit and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CATalyst. In today's session, we are going to talk about the list of B schools which are better than IIMs. Most aspirants target the CAT and they believe that IIMs is the only means to do an MBA from a prestigious B school. But trust me, there are a lot of B schools which are better than many of the newer IIMs, and some in fact are good or probably better than some of the older IIMs. And you as a CAT aspirant need to know this list, more importantly because you got to apply to these colleges. Many of these colleges have cutoffs, and I mean, when I say cutoffs, I mean deadline application cutoff deadlines, right? Before your CAT exam, and you definitely got to apply to these colleges before the registration and the deadline ends so that you don't miss out on any of these B schools. Let's get started with today's class. So this is me, Parikshit Saikia, your educator on Unacademy with amongst the highest live class ratings, thanks to my learners. Now, a lot of new batches are starting on Unacademy for CAT 2022 aspirants. I've just started a beginner's course on LRDI for CAT 2022. Every Thursdays, Friday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 10:15 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. live on Unacademy Plus. Also, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays, I've just started a complete beginner's course on arithmetic where we do every type of arithmetic question and chapter from the very basics to the most advanced. Make sure you use the code Parikshit Live to join Unacademy Plus, because if you use this code, you will get maximum discounts, and B, you will also get free mentorship from my side. Okay, other batches on Unacademy starting on 3rd and 6th of November. Use my code Parikshit Live to enroll and get maximum discounts. Okay, let's start. First college, rank number 12, IMT Ghaziabad, right? IMT Ghaziabad is definitely better than some of the newer IIMs like IIM Jammu, IIM Sambalpur, right? So IMT Ghaziabad is one of the oldest colleges in the country, and the good part is with a cutoff around 92 to 93 percentile, you can get a call from IMT Ghaziabad. So all is not well if you don't fall in that 98, 99 percentile category. You still can hope to get into colleges like IMT Ghaziabad, considered to be one of the finest in the country. Shortlisting criteria for IMT Ghaziabad. IMT Ghaziabad considers aggregate scores. I repeat, aggregate and not sectional. So just in case you don't fare well, let's say in your LRDI section, but your overall percentile is 90 plus, you can consider applying to IMT Ghaziabad. I would sincerely and strongly advise that students go to the IMT Ghaziabad website, look at the last date of applying. Many a times IMT Ghaziabad last date of applying is before your CAT exam. So you don't want to miss out in case, just in case you don't fare well in one of the sections in the CAT, because IMT Ghaziabad, as I just mentioned, considers the total percentile and does not look at sectional percentiles while shortlisting candidates. Another good point is IMT Ghaziabad. You can apply to IMT Ghaziabad via your CAT, ZAT, even your GMAT score, correct? For the Ghaziabad campus. And when I talk about IMT, I'm only talking about the Ghaziabad campus here. IMT Nagpur and Hyderabad are okayish, but definitely not in the list of top colleges. Okay, you can also apply by submitting more than one entrance test score. IMT will consider the best test score for shortlisting. Okay, this is rank 12 on your list. Number 11, okay, let's have a look. Rank 12, okay, one more point about IMT Ghaziabad. The final admission selection criteria, right? Now, post the shortlisting is done, applicants will be called for the final selection. Now, the final selection round consists of academics, work experience, and your personal interview round apart from your CAT score. No weightage is given if you have less than 6 months of work experience, and both merit and campus score cutoffs will be the basis of selection for IMT campuses, for all the IMT campuses, correct? So apart from your CAT score, academics, work experience, and interviews. And if your work experience is less than 6 months, no weightage. Next, rank number 11 on your list is GLIM Chennai. What is GLIM? This is Great Lakes Institute of Management, Again, if you look at their average packages, right, you will see that the average package of Great Lakes Chennai is better than some of the newer IIMs. So should you get a call from, let's say, IIM Jammu and let's say Great Lake Chennai, you might as well consider Great Lake Chennai for the simple reason that the average package is more, students exposure is more in Chennai, and even the batch size is higher. If you look at the percentage of students placed, right, PGPM and the PGDM. Now, their flagship program is the PGPM course, which is the postgraduate program in management. So 90% of the students got placed this year. Now 90% is not very bad a number. It's in fact a good number considering that this is a year of a pandemic. If you look at their highest CTC is nearly 32 lakhs per annum. And their average CTC is near about 14 lakhs per annum, which are very impressive figures. If you look at the CTC of the top 10% students, it is near about 21 lakhs per annum. And if you are in the top 25% of the batch, it is near about 18 lakhs per annum. So again, 18 lakhs per annum for top 25% of the batch is much higher compared to several new IIMs, and hence I strongly advise that you go to the Great Lake Chennai website, okay? Look at the last date of form filling and applying to this specific college. You don't want a scenario when your CAT results are out, you realize that you have fared well, but the point is Great Lake's last date of application is over and you are not able to apply. Make sure you mark a list of these colleges, and after today's session, you go to the website of each of these colleges and check their last dates. If the last date is before the CAT exam, I would recommend that you apply straight away. And if you look at the top job role, technology consulting. What is technology consulting? Technology consulting is basically companies like Accenture, companies like TCS, companies like Cognizant, who offers a technology cum management consulting role for Great Lake Institute of Management pass outs. Yes, that's the largest number of recruiters this year in the technology consulting profile. Okay, let's look at the next one. Rank number 10, one of the finest colleges in the country if you are interested in marketing. Which college is this? MICA. MICA is Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad. If you look at their placement statistics this year on the right hand side, 200 plus students appeared for placements, out of which 100% of the students have been placed. Look at their highest CDC. It is touching nearly 50 lakhs per annum. 50 lakhs, I repeat, 50 lakhs. That's not a small number, right? 50 lakhs per annum is huge. While the average CDC is near about 14 lakhs per annum. Top sectors is IT. What are the kind of job roles offered? Job roles offered is marketing, product marketing, marketing analyst, brand manager. And top recruiters this were companies like Amul, Amazon, HUL, etc. Now, MICA, again, I would say is not for aspirants who want to do finance. If you want to get into a niche sports profile, okay, niche sports management profile, sports marketing, sports branding, or probably you are very creative. You believe that the ads that you see on television, you can make them much better, right? MICA is the place to be. And again, I would say very good, very good. I think it is compared to, it is considered to be as good as the IIMs when it comes to marketing. But again, if you know that, I don't know how many of you know this, but marketing, if you look at the CTC, a major portion of the CTC in marketing is variable package. What is a variable package? Variable package is depending on how much have you achieved, okay, in the current year, a portion of your salary will be dependent on that. So a lot of marketing guys have a high variable component. So if you look at the 50 lakhs per annum, not all of it will be fixed. Or if you look at 14 lakhs per annum, not all of it will be fixed. A major portion will be variable in MICA, but definitely one of the finest colleges. How do you apply? It's a two-step process. You got to apply to MICA separately. There will be a cutoff in the CAT. Let's say you score 90 percentile in the CAT. Generally, the cutoff is around 90 percentile. So if you score 90 percentile in the CAT, you are eligible for stage 2. What is stage 2? Stage 2 is the MICAT examination. MICAT, I repeat, It's level 2 of the MICA entrances. What is level 1? Level 1 is the CAT shortlisting. So CAT results, 90 percentile you get, you need to write another exam, which is the MICAT. MICAT is basically a descriptive sort of exam, okay? Descriptive. You got to describe scenarios. They will give you scenarios where they will ask you how, let's say they will give you a scenario where they will ask you how will you market the product, okay? They will ask you on marketing strategies. They will take a test of your psychology, right? Psychological behavioral test. So a lot of descriptive type questions will be asked to you, and that is an example of a MICA based test, MICAT, which is stage 2 of your shortlisting. Yes, stage 1, as I said, CAT, minimum cutoff will be around 90 percentile. Okay, let's go to the next college. XIMB Bhubaneshwar, rank number 9. Again, considered to be one of the finest and oldest colleges in the country. If you look at the batch of 2019-2021, right, number of students 374, number of recruiters were near about 100. So this ratio is also very important. Number of students to the number of recruiters. Why? It tells you how many recruiters were there per student. So 400 students near about, and near about 100 recruiters would mean nearly one recruiter for every 4 students, which is a very good number. First time recruiters, 53. Highest CTC this year was 24 lakhs per annum, while the average CTC is near about 15.5 lakhs per annum and the median CTC is 14.5. Top recruiters this year were Deloitte, Accenture and Airtel. So if you want to get into consulting, probably Accenture Consulting, Deloitte Consulting, right? XIMB is the place to be in. It's in Bhubaneshwar. It's a good college with a very high brand value, and XIMB takes students via the ZAT. So in the ZAT, apart from your XLRI Jamshedpur, XIMB Bhubaneshwar is one of the other colleges that you got to apply while appearing for your ZAT. Okay, you got to do well in the ZAT to be able to get a call from XIMB Bhubaneshwar. That's rank 9 on your list today. Next, rank number 8, SIBM Pune, another very famous college. A lot of you want to stop. I want to write the SIBM entrance examinations, right? So if you look at their placement statistics this year on the right hand side of your screen, 100 plus companies visited the campus this year, out of which 35 of them were new recruiters. Number of students participated, 180 plus. So look at the ratio. Exactly the ratio was 4, as I said. Here the ratio is less than 2. Can you see what is the ratio? Number of companies versus the number of students. For 180 students, there were 100 plus companies competing to recruit them. Basically, less than 2 students per company. Very impressive number. Number of offers made were 192, which indicates that some students had multiple offers. Pre-placement offers, 66. What is the pre-placement offer? Basically, a pre-placement offer is, let's say you have joined a company for summer internships, okay? You do so well that the company is impressed. It doesn't want to wait for one more year to recruit you. It will give you an offer and it is up to you to accept or reject it. That's an example of a pre-placement offer. Or probably you have won a national level competition of a case study organized by some company, and the first prize was a pre-placement offer. That's another example of pre-placement offer. So 66 students this year got pre-placement offers. Highest CTC nearly 30 lakhs per annum. Average CTC nearly 20 lakhs per annum, while the median CTC has been 18 lakhs. Look at the CTC of the top 50 students in SIBM Pune. It's 27 lakhs plus per annum, while the CTC of the top 100 students has been near about 24 lakhs per annum. These numbers, I must tell you, are definitely better than the newer IIMs. IIMs Ranchi, it will be better than IIM Ranchi, it could be better than IIM Jammu, IIM Bodh Gaya, right? So if you get a call, or if you convert, let's say an IIM Bodh Gaya or an IIM Amritsar, and you also convert SIBM Pune, my suggestion would be SIBM Pune, you could seriously consider, considering the exposure that you get, considering the location, and considering the brand value that is associated with Symbiosis Pune. Okay, one more thing I must tell you, apart from SIBM Pune, another college, okay, which is really good is SCMHRD Pune. SCMHRD Pune. So in the SNAP, there are two very good colleges, SIBM Pune and SCMHRA Pune. Next, rank number 7 on our list today is NMIMS Mumbai. Again, the NMAT entrance examination is going on. Some of you probably have already appeared for the NMAT. And if you look at their placement statistics, they are very impressive as well. Number of companies visited this year was 150 plus. Highest CTC is near about 35 lakhs per annum. I must repeat, 35 lakhs per annum, right? CTC of the top 50 students has been 25 lakhs per annum, while the top 100 students near about 23 lakhs per annum. CTC of the top 150 nearly 22 lakhs, while the top 200 students have CTC of 20 lakhs plus. Average CTC this year was 18 lakhs per annum, and the major sectors which have recruited students from NMIMS is IT, consulting, and e-commerce. I must tell you the pros and cons of NMIMS Mumbai, okay? Pros will be the location Mumbai. Pros will be NMIMS, because of its location, has tie-up with a lot of companies. Companies like Cognizant Consulting has got tie-ups where it comes to the campus on NMIMS and takes sessions, and many a times it gives real-time industry level case studies, right? Real case studies it will give you, and it will take classes in NMIMS. It has tie-ups. Tie-ups would also mean placements are relatively easier in such companies because such companies have tie-ups with these colleges. Those are the pros, the biggest pros of being in NMIMS. Cons, do we have disadvantage? Definitely. What are the disadvantages? First disadvantage is NMIMS does not have hostel. Okay, does not have a hostel. Many a times students have to rent out a place in Mumbai. NMIMS, by the way, is located in Andheri, and Andheri is considered to be quite expensive. So the cost of living for a 2-year MBA, and this is excluding your college expenses, is very high. So if you get NMIMS Mumbai, no doubt it's a super awesome college. But the only thing you got to consider is the return on investment. Is the return on investment good? If you think it is yes, you might wish to take admission. If you think it's no, you might consider other alternatives. I see people are asking other questions. People are asking questions, but yeah, I'm going to answer your questions at the end of the session. Yes. Next, rank number 6, NITIE Mumbai. Yes, one of the top colleges in the country. But I must tell you a few facts about NITIE. Okay, I'll tell you the facts, but first let's go through the statistics. This year, the data is not yet available, but the last year, 2020, 143 companies visited the campus of NITIE Mumbai, right? Out of which 43 were new recruiters. 268 students participated in the process. So the ratio is really good. For 268 students, 143 companies means less than 2 students per company. That is the target. Even if one company picks up 2 students, 100+% placement is possible. Highest salary 44 lakhs per annum. Average salary 21 lakhs per annum. Median salary is 19 lakhs per annum. While the top 10% of the students has got a near 38 lakhs per annum package. These are mind-blowing numbers. 38 lakhs per annum. While top 20%, 32 lakhs. 43% of the students got pre-placement offers. Now, the best part of NITIE is the return on investment. The fees for NITIE is relatively low. It's very low. It's less than 10 lakhs. It's less than 10 lakhs. Do I say very low? Yes. Why? Relatively. Like it's a relative comparison. So compared to NITIE, compared to a Symbiosis, compared to a Symbiosis, compared to an NMIMS, NITIE fees is very low. Plus in Mumbai, hence a definite college you should take admission if you happen to convert NITIE. The disadvantage, NITIE is not open to every student. To get admission in NITIE, you got to be an engineer. You got to be an engineer. So only engineers are allowed, or I would say are eligible for admission in NITIE. So if you are a NITIE, if you're an engineer, consider yourself lucky because another college opens up, and the good part is competition will be low because non-engineers cannot apply to NITIE. Let's go to the next college. Let's go to the next college. Rank number 5 on our list today is MDI Gurgaon. another top college in the country, better than probably 50% of the IIMs or better than 13 IIMs, right? Except for IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Kozhikode, Indore, Lucknow, and Shillong. You leave aside these top 7 IIMs. MBA Gurgaon is better than all the remaining 13 IIMs. Number of recruiters this year on the middle of your screen, 128. Number of new recruiters this year, 60 plus. So again, very good numbers. Number of PPOs, 99 PPOs, right? Near about 100 PPOs this year. Highest CTC, 44 lakhs per annum, while the average CTC has been 23 lakhs per annum. Average CTC of the top 50% of the batch. I think this is a very impressive number. You got to look at this number carefully. You don't look at the highest CTC, but do you look at the average CTC of the top 50% of the batch? Definitely yes. It means even if you are a bit smart, even if you believe you can be in the top 50% of the batch, you can aspire to get a placement figure of nearly 27 lakhs per annum. Very, very impressive numbers. And if you happen to be in the top 10% of the batch, we are looking at nearly 35 lakhs per annum. The median CTC has been 23 lakhs per annum. MDI takes students via the CAT examination. I would definitely recommend that before your CAT results are out, and many a times even before you write the CAT exam, you got to make sure that you go to the MDI Gurgaon website, okay? And when I say MDI, I'm only talking about MDI Gurgaon. I'm not talking about MDI Murshidabad here, which is a relatively new college, okay, a new campus. So MDI Gurgaon, please go to the website of MDI Gurgaon. Look at the last date of applying to this college. If the last date is before your CAT examination, please make sure that you apply to this college because this is considered to be one of the finest colleges in the country, and many of the top CEOs in the country today are from MDI Gurgaon. A very good brand name, and the location is also really good. So make sure you go to the college website, look at the last date, and in the last days before your CAT, make sure you apply immediately. Next, rank number 4, again, one of the top colleges in the country. In fact, one of the top colleges in the world. SPJ in Mumbai, right? SPJ in Mumbai. So SPJ Institute of Management and Research, right? So this year, if you look at the placement statistics on the right side of your screen, number of students 233, while companies participating were 131. So the ratio is very, very impressive. Less than 2 students per company. Number of new recruiters this year were 75, out of which nearly 80 students got PPOs. Highest CTC this year has been near about 47 lakhs per annum, while the average CTC has been 26 lakhs per annum. Median package 25 lakhs. Now again, I don't know how many of you are analyzing the data. Just don't read the data, analyze the data. We are looking at a student strength of 233, right? 233 students this year. Out of the 233 students, to maintain an average of 26 lakhs is phenomenal, right? 200 plus students getting nearly 26 lakhs package in an era of a pandemic, a global pandemic, I think is very impressive. Definitely one college that you got to aspire to if you wish to do an MBA from a top B school in the country. SPJIMR, the pros are obviously the location, and if you wish to get international exposure, okay, SPJIMR also has tie-up with a lot of foreign universities. So you can go abroad and let's say stay there for 6 months. SPJIMR has got tie-ups. So basically one complete semester you can do abroad. So you will get dual degrees. You will get dual degrees, right? Obviously, does it mean there's a disadvantage? Yes. Why? Fees will increase. It is you who are going to pay the fees if you wish to go abroad. But the good part will be you'll get international exposure. And SPJIMR has got students from a lot of foreign locations as well. Students from Europe, the US also join SPJIMR for their MBA programs. So one of the finest exposures, big location advantage, and definitely placement figures are mind-blowing, right? Again, I must tell you one more fact here. SPJIMR also gives profile-based calls. What is the profile-based calls? Let's say you have a very good profile, okay? Let's say you are a state level basketball player. Let's say you have completed a post graduation in doctor, okay? Let's say you are a doctor, completed your MD, okay? Even doctors do MBA. I don't know how many of you know it, but even there are army captains who take a 2-year sabbatical, and let's say they want to do an MBA from SPJ. For people with such brilliant profiles, what is a brilliant profile? A brilliant profile is the one which probably 1,000 others will not have. So if you have something which you believe 1,000 other students will not have, then your profile can be considered to be brilliant. If you have a brilliant profile, SPJIMR will give you a profile-based call. It will not be dependent on your CAT score, right? But definitely there will be a cutoff. The cutoff for profile-based calls is generally around 85 percentile. So if you get 85 percentile, but you have a very good profile, you are a gold medalist of your college in your graduation, you probably are the IEEE. You know what is an IEEE? Many engineering colleges have IEEE chapters. You are the president of the southern region of India of the IEEE chapter of all engineering colleges. These are examples of brilliant profiles. You can definitely expect to get a call, a profile-based call from SPJ, provided you get at least 85 percentile in the CAT, minimum 85 percentile. If you end up getting less than that, your profile-based call will be rejected. If you have profile-based calls, you are not very good in quants and verbal, not a problem. SPJ is a college to target. Okay, much about SPJ. Let's look at the next college. Rank number 3 on your list is JBIMS Mumbai. This is a dream college. The nickname of JBIMS, do you know what is JBIMS also known as? JBIMS is also known as the CEO factory of the country. CEO factory. Why? A lot of CEOs across the world are today from JBIMS Mumbai. One reason is this college was established in 1963. I repeat, 1963. Probably even your parents were not born at that time, right? Even your parents might not have been born at that time. So the good part is it is so old that it carries one of the finest legacy and hence one of the strongest alumni base. It has got so many good alumni at such senior positions that placement is not very difficult in JBIMS. Why have I mentioned the candidate's profile out here? I'll tell you. But look at the shortlisting criteria for JBIMS. Your CAT CET score, 60% weightage. 10, 12 and graduation, 15% weightage. Work experience, 20%. And diversity is 5%. 5% weightage on diversity. Diversity would mean if you are a girl and if you are a non-engineer, you get 5 full marks, 5 full points. Correct? So this is your criteria for JBIMS shortlisting. Okay. Now for JBIMS, another very important thing is initial criteria is this. What about the final criteria? The final criteria is group task 20% weightage, personal interview 60% weightage, and group discussion 20% weightage. Now, why is this important? Some of you many a times ask, I do not have a very good class 10 score, a very good graduation score. Do I stand a chance to get into one of the finest B schools in the country? Answer is on your screen. JBIMS gives zero weightage to your graduation, 10, 12 and work experience in the final shortlist that they come up with. Zero weightage. Zero weightage to your 10 score, zero weightage to your graduation, zero weightage to your 12 score, and zero weightage to your work experience. So in case you did not do well in your graduation of class 12 and you want to overcome that drawback that you have, JBIMS is the college to look out for. Why? 100% weightage comprises only of group discussion, interviews, and group activity. Even your CAT or the written examination score is not considered. It is only considered for the initial shortlisting criteria. The advantages of JBIMS, the fees. Return on investment is amongst the highest in the country and after FMS Delhi. What is the fees? The fees for JBIMS is 2 lakhs per annum. 2 lakhs per annum. So for 2 years, it's going to be 4 lakhs. Hostel fees around 7,000 rupees per year. You heard it correct, not month. 7,000 rupees per year. is the hostel fee. So 2 lakh college fee, 7,000 per year hostel fee. So nearly 2 lakh 7,000 per year. So you'll end up spending around 4 lakh 20,000, 4 lakh 14,000 and a few pocket expenses. And the best part is this is a college you got to aspire and aspire for the simple reason that unlike colleges like NMIMS, unlike colleges like SPJIMR, where the batch strength is very high, large batch strength, hence very high competition. Here even the batch strength is less. Batch strength is less, around 120 to 150 students in JBIMS. So the good part is if the number of students are less, getting placed becomes really easy compared to, let's say, 500 students in the batch where there will be a cutthroat competition. Disadvantage? What is the disadvantage? If the college is so good, why does not many students know about it? Because of the reservation criteria. 85% of the seats in JBIMS are reserved for Maharashtrians. So if you are a Maharashtra domicile category, okay, Maharashtra domicile means either you are born in Maharashtra or you have been there in Maharashtra for the last 10-15 years, or you have done your 10 or 12 from Maharashtra, then you could be considered Maharashtra domicile. So if you have Maharashtra domicile, 85% of the seats are reserved. If you are non-Maharashtrian, only 15% of the seats are open for others, and the competition is so high that the cutoffs will be clearly around 99.7, 99.8 plus in JBIMS. But the fees is so less, and I would definitely recommend that please go to the JBIMS website, look at their last date for applying. Generally, the last date will be, around March or April, but you don't know what is the last date to apply this year. So I would suggest go to the college website, look at the list of potential recruiters, look at their alumni, right? The list of alumnus from JBIMS, even advisors to the President of the United States are, some of them are from JBIMS Mumbai. Again, the CEO factory of the country. Next, rank number two. Rank number two on your list is XLRI Jamshedpur. Again, one of the top colleges in the world, not only in India, but in the world. Median salary offered this year, the placements happened around 1 or 2 months back, around 1.5 months back, right? Median salary offered this year was 23 lakhs per annum. While if you're in the top 10 and top 23, 25 percentile buckets, the placements are near about 37 lakhs per annum and 34 lakhs per annum. Again, very impressive figures. Average salary this year saw an increase from 24 lakhs to 25 lakhs. So this year, average salary was 25 lakhs per annum. Highest domestic offer was 50 plus lakhs. Look at the numbers. Trust me, you should be really motivated when you look at these numbers, right? If you are not motivated at this stage, getting 50 lakhs per annum, even if you retire, even you don't do an MBA, let's say you decide to lead a normal life, you know what? Your retirement package also might not be 50 lakhs per annum. But if you get into the top B schools of the country like XLRI, your starting package can be as high as 50 lakhs per annum. Which sector offers this? BFSI. What is BFSI? BFSI is banking, financial services, and insurance sector. Okay, so companies like JP Morgan, companies like Citibank, companies like Goldman Sachs would have offered such a package. Number of new recruiters this year, 23. And top domains offered were consulting, sales, marketing, and BFSI. Which were the top companies? BCG, Bain & Co., Accenture Strategy, PwC, Amazon, Paytm are some of the top recruiters. I must mention out here and call out a few names separately. Companies like BCG, okay, Boston Consulting Group, McKinsey Consulting, okay, these companies are considered to be amongst the dream companies of any person who wants to be into consulting. McKinsey, BCG, top consulting firms of the world, and they don't recruit students from every B school. If you want to get into BCG or if you want to get into McKinsey, you got to be a pass out either from the top 3 IIMs, IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, or for that matter, XLRI or FMS. XLRI or FMS. So ask yourself, where do you see yourself? If you are okay with a mid-level company, or if your dream is not very high, you can consider other colleges. But if your dream is to get into a BCG or a McKinsey, then there are only 5 colleges for you: IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, XLRI, and FMS. 1/3 of the students this year in XLRI got pre-placement offers. And as you know, XLRI takes students via the ZAT. The ZAT will happen on the first Sunday of January, first Sunday of January. And after your CAT, you got to prepare separately for XLRI. Why? Decision making. I don't know how many of you know about the decision making section, but decision making is one section which is exclusive to that. It is not there in any other entrance examination and is there only in the ZAT. Can I give you an example of a decision making? The best example I give every time is, let's say you are the manager of a company. There is an employee of yours who is facing a very hard financial crunch. Okay, someone in the family is suffering from COVID. He is not able to come to office. So, as a manager, what should you do? There, right? There's a human value to it, and there is also a managerial value to it, because at the end of the day, you are a businessman, right? You got to determine what is best for your company. So, how will you react? Will you give him that excuse that someone is not good, someone is not well in your house? So fine, I will give you a few more leaves, much beyond than what you have, or probably you will consider your company needs first. Such questions which involve an ethical aspect, okay, will be tested in the decision making session of your XLRI exam. Very important section. There you got to clear the cutoffs in decision making. Only then you'll get a call from XLRI Jamshedpur. Okay, anyway, we are going to talk decision making later on after your CAT. Let's go to college with rank number 1. Rank number 1 on your list is which one? Any guesses? Any guesses? Rank number 1 on your list is which college? Is ISB Hyderabad. ISB Hyderabad is rank 1 on your list. Number of companies registered is 308. Companies registered this year, 308. Number of new recruiters, 95. And number of students this year in the batch, 700 students. Again, 700 is ISB Hyderabad plus ISB Mohali. Number of offers made were nearly 1200. What does it indicate? 700 students, 1200 offers would mean students have multiple offers in ISB, multiple offers. Number of offer companies offering more than 10 offers, 31. So there were some companies which recruited more than 10 students. Number of new recruiters this year, 125 lakhs, 125 plus. Highest CTC. If you look at highest CTC, do you see the highest CTC out here? 72 lakhs per annum. 72 lakhs per annum is the highest CTC this year in ISB. These are numbers which are almost difficult to believe. Average CTC, 28 lakhs per annum, while the median CTC is also nearly 27 lakhs per annum. There has been an increase in the CTC compared to the last year. Now, I have not included FMS Delhi out here. Why FMS Delhi has not been included is undoubtedly a very good college. But the number of seats are so less in FMS and the reservations are so high that many a times it is actually not possible. Okay. And I see very few students getting into FMS. It is very, very difficult to get into FMS. Hence, I did not want to increase the site strength with FMS out here. But FMS is definitely a very good college, but could be much beyond the reach of many students, right? Hence, it's not included in the list here. But yes, ISB is definitely considered to be amongst the top college in the country, even better than IIM Ahmedabad. If you look at the Financial Times World B School rankings this year, World B School rankings, okay, in India, ISB is the topmost rank, has the topmost rank. So among Indian B schools, which are considered to be the best in the world, ISB occupies slot number 1. So in the world, it is somewhere around 22, rank number 22 in the world. Okay. Another feature about ISB, I must tell you, is the guaranteed admission feature in ISB. What is the guaranteed admission? Now, to get into ISB, you need to have some years of experience, generally around 2 years of work experience, 2 years. Let's say you don't have 2 years of work experience. What will happen? Doesn't matter. You write the ISB entrance examination, give the interview, crack the interview, and you get the offer letter from ISB. The offer letter will tell you this letter is valid. You go, you work for 2 years, and once 2 years are completed, you come back and take admission with us. You don't have to give an entrance that time. Okay, so it's a guaranteed admission now. So you go ahead, work, come back after 2 years, and you take admission with us in ISB. So it's a guaranteed admission. Why do they give a guaranteed admission? To encourage entrepreneurship in the country. What is entrepreneurship? Many a time today in today's India, right? A lot of students want to have their own startups. You want to open something of your own. So what can you do? You can go and open something of your own. You achieve success. You become a billionaire. You become a unicorn. Continue with your business. Don't come back to us. But let's say you fail in your startup initiatives. After 2 years, come back with us. ISB is waiting for you. You take admission with us, and after that, you can get placed from ISB. So very good initiative, and a lot of students take advantage of this initiative. So those are the list of colleges. I now will take up the list of colleges questions out here. So what questions do students have? Below 12, 60 in 12, which college can I target? So as I said, JBIMS Mumbai, right, does not consider 10, 12 or graduation percentile or graduation score in your final selection. So best example could be JBIMS. So there are many colleges which give 0% weightage to your 10, 12 and graduation score, JBIMS being one of them. Symbiosis being another, SIBM Pune, another college which doesn't give much weightage to your 10, 12 and graduation score. Next question is, which college will be best for me? Currently, I'm getting 93K in hand per month. So 93K in hand in month, but if you, let's say ISB, you get 72 lakhs per annum. So 93,000 could you might be earning even per day. You might end up earning per day only, right? So yeah, 93,000 you can end up earning per day if you get into a college like ISB, correct? But yeah, just on a jovial note. But yeah, there are a lot of colleges which will offer you a much higher package compared to, let's say, whatever you are earning now. ISB, IIM Ahmedabad, FMS, JBIMS being some of them. Next, how to apply to SPJ? You got to apply to SPJ via your CAT score. So once you apply to SPJ, right, via your CAT score, if you clear the cutoffs, SPJ will give you a call. If your profile is very good, even if you score less than the cutoffs, SPJ will give you a call. So give specific weightage, right? I mean, have put special emphasis on your resume when you apply to SPJ, considering the fact that SPJ gives profile-based calls, sometimes with a percentile as low as 85 percentile. Next, truth of CTC is out of 50 lakhs, 20 lakhs will be variable. Suman, no comments on that, because at the end of the day, this is what is being offered across the country, right? Yeah, obviously a part of it will be variable. Okay. Again, as I said, some are saying low scoring 12, but yeah, even if you have low scoring 12, you can target a lot of colleges, as I already mentioned. Okay, that is it. A few quick announcements. That if you wish to join us on Unacademy for our classes, exhaustive coverage, you must get a plus subscription. In that case, the prices are there on your screen. On these prices, you will get discounts if you use the code Parikshit Live. Also, iconic subscription is available for those of you who are interested. And yeah, we in Unacademy have free full-length mock exams. Do register for free. Use my code Parikshit Live. And yeah, anytime you have doubts, make use of the Ask a Doubt feature on Unacademy. And yes, do register the November 7, 5 p.m. It's a free scholarship test. You definitely don't want to miss out on this. It's a free test. You can access it for free using my code Parikshit Live. So yes, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I'm going to see you in my next session. Till then, goodbye and stay safe. Bye for now.